Hello guys, welcome back to Hanging with Charlotte's Web. My name is Charlotte, and today I thought I'd take you along with us as we build this little craft for our wagon. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so now Doug is going to take all of our lumber, and this is just scrap lumber that we had lying around. We had planned on actually burning it, and I come across this little craft that I wanted to make, and so he's now going to cut up all the little pieces that we are going to need to build it. And that was a 2x4 and a 2x6. This is a 1x that I'm holding there, that I just set down there. And it's just, this is a 1x3. And like I said, it's just scrap lumber. You may not have this stuff lying around your house. You may have something different. So just use what you have if you can. But anyway, like I said, he's going to get all of our little cuts made. And you will have to decide how big you want to make this craft. So if you don't want to make it that big, then you don't have to. So just cut yours to your cut your own boards to your desire of how well you want to cut them. And I will be sure to leave everything in the description box below of what we've used. And like I said, I think this is going to look real well if it turns out right. I think it's going to be a nice little addition to our front porch. So now we're just trying to figure out how we want to position these, and I think this is what we'll go with. It'll look much better because I think this would be too tall. So I think I like this better. Yeah, much better. So let's get started building it. Alright, so I'm going to take these three little pieces of the 1x2s. They are a little bit different. The center board there, as you see, it's a little shorter than the two outer boards. And I'm just going to put them together, and then I'm measuring, getting ready to decide how long I want to make the piece that hangs down. And I'm not going to make it too long, but I think that'll work. I think we'll have to shave off several inches of that as he's doing now. And you do want those two pieces to be the same size, same length. Alright guys, so now I'm trying to get a measurement for the little piece that comes out from the board that hangs down. And I think we have got it figured out. He's going to just cut two small pieces off of the end of the 2x4 there. And I think it'll work out real nicely. Alright, so he's going to get these cut. His saw blade it's about shot, guys. That's why he's rocking it back and forth there. It doesn't really want to cut through this thicker stuff. So we're going to have to pick him up a new saw blade the next trip to Lowe's. It's pretty hard to cut. But anyway, so we're going to get these pieces cut. Alright, now guys, he's going to cut these little 1x2s. We're going to cut those into little short pieces. And we're going to use those to kind of help hold a couple of pieces together. We'll show you what we're talking about here in just a little bit. But I think this is the last few pieces that we'll need to cut for our project. So I think we're ready to start assembling. So let's get started. Guys, so now I'm going to get everything situated the way we need it. And start with opening our nail gun here and getting it hooked up and getting it ready to go. We're going to start with the two pieces, the two flat pieces, like, well, of course they're all flat, aren't they? We're going to start with the two 1x's. I think they're like a 1x8, 1x6 or so. And so we're going to start with those two first. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay them out here. And you notice one of those is a lot shorter than the other. And you do want to make sure that you have one that's longer on the bottom and then shorter on the top. And the 1x2s that Doug cut up, I'm going to take those and nail those onto the back to kind of hold those together. Otherwise, I don't have a biscuit tool or anything like that to do biscuits with, and I don't think that you could in this. I mean, you probably can in the 1x. I don't know. I'm not a carpenter. But anyway, we're doing this, and this works out well. Alright guys, now I'm going to take the little 1x2. No, that's not right. I'm sorry. I'm going to take the 2x4 and the 2x6. And I'm going to take some of this wood glue, and I'm just going to attach, well, if I can get it open. I think I'm going to have to take the whole lid off. I believe the lid has been glued shut. So I'm just going to take it off, and I'm going to put some glue on, try to glue these together. And I am going to use the brad nailer to try to attach those, but honestly, I don't think these nails are not long enough not to hold completely. So with that being said, I'm going to hammer those down just a little bit. And yeah, just as I expected, it's not enough. So with that being said, I'm going to have Doug to nail these together with some couple of Hurlink bent nails. And that should hold it until this glue sets up and helps it to take shape, or not take shape, but just to stay together like it should. So at this point, I'm rambling. I'm just going to shut up for a little bit, guys. Alright guys, now we're going to take these two little pieces that Doug have just nailed together, and we're going to attach them to the top here. He will be using screws to attach those with because we cannot get the glue. We could use glue, but it wouldn't adhere by itself, and I don't have a clamp, I don't think, large enough to glue it together. So we're just going to use the screws, and it'll work out just fine. And if you haven't figured it out by now, we are making a scarecrow, and this is his hat that he's attaching. Now we are going to take these little 1x3s that Doug has cut up. Remember, he cut up some that 2 were the same size, and then 1 was a little bit shorter. And these, actually, guys, these are the top parts of his legs. And then from the knee down, those 2 boards are, of course, the same length, and then his shoes are the same. So we're going to attach those. Right now, I'm trying to figure out how to attach all 3 of these together. Again, since we have no way of like using biscuits or whatever to put them together, and we're just going to have to figure it out. But I think he's about to decide how he wants to do this here. Alright guys, I'm over here stuck on trying to figure out how to glue these things together. And Doug, I think, is going to go ahead and just use the brad nailer and attach his lap. I think that'll be okay. I think it'll hold just fine. And I'm just giving up on this glue because we cannot use this piece as I was wanting to. So he's just going to nail those on. And when you're doing this, you want to be sure that you see here, you've got one long piece and you've got a short piece and then another long piece. And you want to be sure that that's how you're putting yours. Because like I said, this is all his lap. All right, now guys, we're going to attach his lower leg. And again, we're just brad nailing these together. And if that will work out just fine, they'll hold together. So, and we're going to attach him onto his shoes here. Now we're going to sit him up, and we're going to attach his shoes. And we're just using the brad nailer once again. We'll have to lay him down in order to do this because we'll have to nail from the bottom. And but I think this is going to work out just fine. He's really starting to take shape, and he's looking like a sitting scarecrow. Just as we had planned. And then in just a moment, we're going to be painting him and making him colorful. So here we go. Guys, I am still hung up on this little strip of wood that's got this wood glue on it. I hate to waste it. So I'm trying to figure out how I can use it, but I can't. So I'm just going to pitch it to the side. But our sitting scarecrow is done. And I think he's turned out really nice. Like I said, we're going to start painting him. Let me bring you over here and show you what he looks like from the front view. But there he is. I think he's going to look good. And he's like I said, he's taking shape. So let's get to painting him. All right, guys, so I'm going to lay him down here. And I'm going to start with his face first. I'm going to paint it white. And I'm only painting the sides and the front. There's no sense in wasting the paint on the back, and we won't see it. And if you do, who cares, because that's not the side that you're going to be looking at from whatever. So anyway, we're going to start painting that and just give it a good coat. We may have to go over it again and give it a second coat, but just like I said, paint the front and the sides. And then his middle section here, I am going to paint him orange. And okay, and his legs, I'm going to paint those it's a dark blue. It's like a English navy blue, I think, or something like that. I'll leave all these linked below so you all can see the colors I used. But anyway, we're just going to give that a couple of coats and let it dry, and then we'll be ready to put his decor on him. Okay, now I am painting his shoes black. And I forgot to mention that a while ago. So we're going to paint his shoes black. And again, we're only doing the tops and the sides. There's no sense in doing the bottoms or the backs. And giving his legs another coat of the blue. And his middle section, the orange. Alright guys, we have moved our scarecrow indoors. And now we're going to dress up his shoes with some little laces made out of jute twine. I'm just going to hot glue those on. Now we're going to take some of this jute twine. And we're just going to wrap it around his waist as for it to act as a belt. And you just want to be generous with that. Wrap it around there several times. And I'm just going to hot glue it down. All right, now we're going to add some buttons to him. And then we're going to, we're just going to add 2 buttons. Let's put a sunflower up here, make that look pretty. And then let's do a button on his hat. And now I'm going to take just a little book here, and I'm going to draw a line, and this line is going to be for his arm to make it look like he has arms like they're beside him. And I'm going to blacken those in with a black magic marker, or a Sharpie marker I should say. And from a distance you're not going to be able to tell that this is drawn on, but it looks good already. And I'm just going to, on his face, I am going to and I really don't know why, I'm just going to draw a couple of lines across to make it look like different size boards that are stacked. I'm just going to do about 2 lines, and it'd be like 3 sections. And then I will also draw his nose, just draw a little triangle for his nose. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're going to paint that, and we're going to draw his mouth, and just put a couple of little, I don't know, like X's I suppose on his mouth. And then I'm going to blacken those in with a black magic marker. And for his eyes, we are going to use some eyes that I actually cut out from my Cricut. And it's just vinyl. I just cut circles out of my black and white vinyl. And so I'm just going to use that for his eyes. I did look on the Cricut app to find like a scarecrow face to cut out and put on, but honestly I didn't find anything that I really wanted. And so I think this will work out okay. And so now I'm just blackening in his mouth, and that way it can be seen. Alright guys, now I'm going to take some orange paint and just paint in his nose, I should say. This is called pumpkin orange. It's the same thing that I used on for his shirt. And now all this is some fall leaves along with jute twine that I just glued up at the top on his hat. And I'm going to take some of the straw, and I'm going to glue it just underneath his hat to make it look like for his straw hair. And just a pretty good little handful. And then I'm going to I took some and bunched them together, and I'm going to put it on the sides to come in hanging down. And I'm going to do that to both sides. And I'm also going to fill in, if you see that little spot there, I'm trying to fill in where I tied it together. That way you can't see that, and it looks more natural. So I'm going to do that to both sides. Alright guys, and here is our finished product. Here's our scarecrow, and I think he turned out really nice. Oh, I do want to add that I did add a little bow to his belt to kind of just give it some more character. And I added just a little bit of straw to the bottom of his arms for his hands. But I think it turned out really nice. So thank you, Mr. Douglas, for all your help, and thanks to the good Lord for giving us the ability to do such things, guys. And I cannot get him to sit on the wagon. I've got a crate in this wagon, and this wagon is not, like, it's okay, but the crate is not letting him set level. So I'm either going to have to do something there to make him set level, or just leave him sitting on the bale of hay. However, I think he looks good in either place. So for now, this is what we've got. This is how it's looking, and I think it's turned out really nice. Much better than the first failed attempt of decorating the porch for fall. So that being said, this has turned out real good. I'm just going to shut up now. Alright guys, so here's another look at our porch and how it's turned out. I think it looks really nice. And Scarecrow looks really good. He's a good addition to this. I did add this orange pot to the bottom of our tree, and straightened our Dallas Cowboy hangers. But anyway, let me get back some where you can see it. But anyway, I think the flower pot looks much better. That's just my garden flag that I had hanging on my lamp post. It kind of blew off on me, so I've got to reattach. I just stuck it there for right this second. But anyway, like I said, I think this looks really well. And so, okay guys, we're gonna wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and please be sure to return tomorrow, as we'll have another video. I am sorry that it has been a day or so since I've been able to upload to Vlogtober. I've just had some stuff going on. We've had some appointments and stuff, and it's just been kind of hectic to juggle all of that at once. So like I said, I'm sorry for that, but we will get those videos out to you. And with that being said, please be sure to like and subscribe. It will help my channel to grow, and if you ring that little bell, YouTube will notify you when I upload again. So with that being said, remember, Jesus loves you, and so do I. You have a good day. God bless you.